Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Fuse-4 Network Podcast, episode number 51. On a beautiful August 1st, we are starting a new month off with a new podcast, and it's good to be here. As you know, my name is Tyler Spencer, and I'm taking the helm this time around because Dave is he's busy today, or sleeping, or something. He's been busy bee. But I've got tons of great guys with me here today, and we've got plenty to talk about. So I'll list them off in the order I see them, but we'll save our guests for last. So first we have Chris MufasaFernando. He is a Let's Player on YouTube.com/MufasaFernando, and everything else is MufasaFernando. Chris, how are you?
I'm just fantastic.
Yay, Chris.
Oh,
And
no,
next we have a Let's Player or a walkthrough guy on YouTube who is known as TheHydrosme, and he's also apparently so handsome that people stalk him on Skype and ask him to webcam with them. It's kind of creepy, but he is handsome, so it makes sense. But we've got Rich. How you doing, buddy?
I'm doing pretty good. And yourself?
Great. And next we've got a man whose camera will not shut up. We've got he's a Let's Player on YouTube. He's a regular caster as well. He's on Zeolightning, and he's also apparently noir and color back and forth. But Zeo, how are you?
I'm doing great. Good to be here.
He's having so much fun with his camera settings.
Yeah.
Of course, an important part of this podcast is, of course, our lovely guest, who you've seen a time or two before. He's mainly a caster on Twitch TV. He plays a lot of League of Legends. He's a pretty cool guy, and he served in the army. He's done a whole lot of stuff. He's awesome, and his name is Hector.
How y'all doing?
Moose!
Moose is back.
I don't know what noise a moose makes. So hi.
It's the roar.
I apologize to our audio only.
Hi, I'm a moose.
That doesn't look like a moose at all. Oh, I've just got a relationship with a flying squirrel.
I was just about to do a Bullwinkle impression.
Oh, I was actually doing a Colin Mockery doing a Bullwinkle impression, but you know it's the same basically. But yeah, it's good to be here this week. It's the beginning of a new month, so it's a good time to start things off. In honesty, we weren't 100% prepared for this. We can't act like we always get everything right, you know. We weren't sure as of the sponsor this week, but hopefully we'll have that put in somewhere, because we get sponsors all the time. Very wonderful companies, very wonderful people who help us out a lot, and we do appreciate that. And just this week we weren't really briefed on who it was, but hopefully somewhere in either the description or put in beforehand will be. If you're watching this after it happened live, you will find out the wonderful sponsor. We do apologize to whoever it is. But someone I feel we should mention, who has been mentioned before, usually at the end of the podcast, but we have to mention somebody. And that would be RadioInfluence.com, who always puts our podcasts up. Very nice people who get us out there for people to listen to in the audio-only version, who don't like to use YouTube. So we do appreciate that. Thank you very much for always helping us out. So I guess what we'll... yes... But I guess what we'll do this time around, what we usually do, we'll go through what everybody's been up to this week. We'll go with me last, of course. But, Chris, since we started with you, what have you been up to?
Nothing too much, really, because I'm still... you guys can't see it now, but I should be in my handcast that I have. I've been just mostly working and all that, because... My store is still under protest, so we're still fighting the good cause for that protesting. Because I work at, if anyone has watched news lately, I do work for Market Basket, and there's a lot of protesting that's been going on lately. So besides that, I've only played like a few games here and there, but not too many to like tell you anything like too exciting. It's all been whatever I've been playing with my nephew and what I've been doing on the computer, because it still hurts a little bit to have a controller in your hand for a long time, or using a keyboard.
Yeah. Good thing you haven't been falling off of Gorgeous and getting run over by wildebeests.
God damn it.
No!
Can I get this struck by lightning, please? Thank you.
Well,
No.
it's funny you mention that. Because the one who struck you with that horrible joke was Lightning.
So what have you
Yeah.
been up to?
I haven't been up to much myself. I've mostly been doing a lot of preparing because I've been rendering videos and getting some settings set up for what's this thing, Sony Vegas. I recently uploaded a couple parts. I actually got to record with Star Sims Universe, and I got to do a little interview thingy with him for Mega Man Unlimited. And I'll be getting to that and finishing it probably next week, so that'll be finished soon. As for games I've been playing, I haven't really been playing anything new. I've been playing Wario Land 2 just because of nostalgia, and that's pretty much all I've been up to.
Alright, that's pretty awesome. Rich, we kind of hopped over you, but, you know, save the handsome for second or third to last, whatever. What have you been up to?
What I've been up to, I was playing Far Cry 3, totally beat that, and what else did I play? I was playing Mafia 2. I went back to Mafia 2 and was playing it again in my second playthrough. That game's amazing.
Alright,
Yeah.
that's great. Sweet man. It's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Pretty cool. And what about our awesome guest? Hector, what have you been up to as of late? You're a pretty busy guy. What do you got going on?
So I've actually been pretty busy in the last month or so. So basically, last weekend I run a monthly tournament for League of Legends. So that went through. It's basically a random draw tournament. Anybody can sign up. I joined a semi-pro team for a game called Infinite Crisis, and so we've been practicing really hard for that. Besides that, I've been just kind of like talking to a lot of different people. Just trying to get my name out there. Like playing games though, like just mostly League, Infinite Crisis, random Steam games. I played some Killing Floor. That's been pretty fun. I think we got to have some fun with that the other day. Overall though, just trying to live life day by day.
Living the life. Living the life.
And as for me, you know, I haven't been up to too much really. Kind of a lazy sort of thing, but I've been setting up for a bit of a charity thing going on pretty soon. I'll be casting for a people I've talked about before, the Zomspawn Network. They're a great bunch of people, but they're going to be raising money for their 2-year anniversary. Their 2-year anniversary is actually working in partnership with a cause known as Stand for the Silent, which is it's a anti-bullying sort of thing, and you know, we've got tons of time slots filled. I'll be casting on a couple of different days. The days I'll be casting will be Saturday and Sunday, August 16th and 17th. And there'll be tons of other people doing stuff, and I mean, it's always a busy place, Zomspawn, but it'll start on the 14th with a 24-hour Resident Evil marathon done by the guy who's running the show, Tad Peters. And then from then on, everybody else will be casting through Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. So it's going to be a lot of fun and for a great cause. So we're definitely looking to you know, just raise some money, make a good cause happen. It's always a fun thing, but other than that, I haven't really been up to too much. Apparently, am I coming in okay, by the way?
No, you're coming in fine.
You're
You're
coming in
fine.
fine.
Alright,
You're fine. Nothing to worry about.
I'm scared, man. I don't know how this is working. So
Yeah,
Rick.
Picnic!
Say, Rich.
Yes.
The Mafia game you weren't playing, was it this one? Was it?
That's Godfather that you have in your name.
But it's got a Mafia in it.
yeah, but the one he's talking about is called Mafia.
It's actually called Mafia 2.
Whoa, I've been playing a game called Mafia 2, but like 2 as in as well, not like as in 2, because like that'd be ridiculous.
Roman numerals too, right?
Incorrect. No, but like mine's not actually like a video game. It's like a video game.
It's just a game with video.
Oh, hey, video.
A video game?
It's a video like what you could see from us. That's a game.
It's a role-playing game.
Yeah,
I'll
kind of.
play anytime,
Kind of,
baby.
yeah.
Yeah, it kind of is. I've watched you on stream once. It kind of is like that.
Yeah.
Kind of like a D&D kind of. It's kind of
I wouldn't go that far. You can still
not
be
that far, but it's kind of like that. Like kind of a more.
I mean,
Wait,
I mean,
is this that game where you play different roles? Like there's police, there's doctors, and there's
yeah,
a bunch of
yeah.
people.
So
I
basically,
played that.
so the setup is, we play it through a program called Zoom. Shout outs to them. So we all get into like a box, kind of like how we are right now, except you can see everybody at the same time. And so basically, there's one moderator, and let's say there's 15 people. He'll hand out 3 people of the 15 mafia, 1 cop, 1 medic, 1 vigilante. Then basically during the night phase, mafia choose who they kill, cop choose who they check, medic choose. And then the day begins, and you're just like, well, Rich, why'd you kill Spence? And you'd be like, I didn't kill Spence, I'm Town, right? And then like all of a sudden, like there's a little discussion going on, but then there's one guy in the corner who's just kind of like, not sure what he's doing, and he's just like,
playing with his dingle, you know.
Zeolightning, you're clearly mafia here. Like maybe you should do some stuff. But then all of a sudden,
You son of a bitch.
all of a sudden, me as Town, I try to kill Zeo. We kill Zeo, and then we figure out if he's mafia or not, and just like that's the game.
And you don't really know who everybody is. I mean, if you kill somebody, I think it tells you who they are. But if
sorry. So that happens in forum mafia and online mafia generally, but with the video, because you're able to get stuff like body reads off people, having a role reveal after they die is kind of really too good for Town. So we actually don't have that. But what we do have is so mafia have 2 KP, meaning they can kill 2 people as long as there's 3 mafia. So the moment you reduce that number to 2, they can only kill 1 person in the night, and that's kind of like how you know if you killed the mafia or not. But yeah, no, it's a ton of fun. Like I mean,
you should
Sounds
help
like an
definitely
awesome
show us
role-playing
that.
game.
I think that'd be something we could all do. You know, that'd be
Oh,
an
yeah.
interesting little thing.
almost definitely.
Yeah, we'll talk about that later on. Then that'll be pretty sweet. All right. So actually, something I wanted to bring up. Rich, you mentioned that you had played that game that's been coming out, or what is it, beta?
The beta for Destiny, yeah, I
Why don't
actually
you talk a
downloaded
little
that.
about that?
Well, all I really did was I got into the world that I could see everybody, I guess, like the last save point, and I just was dancing around with people. That was essentially me playing Destiny, was I followed people and I danced with them. Other than that, I never really, like, I never played with anybody, like I didn't go into any missions with anyone, or did I really go far into the missions? I just was a little confused on why I'm in this little like area with nothing happening and why I'm dancing. And I spent an hour dancing with people.
It hurts my freaking ears to wear this hat and have to push these things backwards. I need to get a new setup for this shit.
I mean, I've heard some pretty good things about it. I've heard some like okay things about it. I'm personally not as excited as originally thought, but you know, it still has plenty of time to switch things around, and I think it's gonna do very well.
I think it's gonna do well with co-op and everything. I can see like it's going to be one of those buys like, oh, a few of my friends have it, I might as well pick it up and play with them, and that's how I can see that game. And it did feel pretty much like a Halo game in a sense.
Well, I think a lot of like Bungie fans are gonna pick it up for the fact that it is their first game after Halo. So
Yeah, isn't it made by most of the original Bungie guys that ditched?
No.
after-
So Bungie altogether ditched Microsoft pretty much.
Yeah.
Oh, so this is basically the first independent project they've done since leaving.
Yeah, they're working with Activision, and yeah.
So okay, I'm pretty stupid when it comes
The
to
last game Bungie worked on was Halo Reach, right?
Correct.
Then who? Okay, explain to me then. What was the deal with Halo 4 then? Like, how did that?
That
I
go?
think wasn't that done by Infinity something?
343 Studios. With a little bit of help from Bungie, they had their like advice and like their input on the game, and they've made that game there. So
I feel like
basically-
Bungie could have just told him to fuck off with that, to be honest.
no, because it's Microsoft's game.
Yeah,
Because-
Microsoft owns the IP and the
And because
intellectual
Microsoft
rights.
owns it, they can continue to make as many Halo games as they want without having to even consult Bungie.
No, they
Yeah,
probably
all they need is the
didn't
proper developers. It's kind of like how even though Rare made Donkey Kong games for Nintendo back in the days, Donkey Kong just gave it to Retro, and Retro makes the Donkey Kong games now.
Yep.
They've done pretty good, at least then.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's so I know a lot of people are pretty excited to see Bungie come back into the scene after working on this massive project that they've had for such a long time now. So I think for that, a lot of people will be purchasing it.
What kind of game is it?
It's a first-person shooter.
But it's also like a massive, like it's a huge.
If I remember
MMO.
I remember seeing a preview for it, and I remember it looking very similar to Halo.
So it's pretty different in my opinion. I haven't played a whole lot
it
of
was just a first impression kind of thing. I'm
yeah,
not saying
of course,
it
of
is.
course. Yeah, so like I haven't played a whole lot, so I can't really speak a lot from what I came. But it's basically like a huge open world kind of scenario where things change based off like you doing things, and it's supposed to be best with co-op. So like that's kind of like their big thing there. So it's gonna be like a small scale MMO kind of thing.
Yeah, like you do missions and you go back through the
That
town.
that sounds kind of
You
interesting.
collect stuff, and then you go back out. You do missions. You come back to town. And people give you stuff, and missions, and it's
It kind of sounds like Monster Hunter 3 Ultimate, actually.
Does
Where
it
you
have
just
a
kinda-
lot of Halo-esque
it's a game
stuff
that
in
you can
it?
have fun. Yeah, you can have fun with playing with people online, and you kind of just go and do missions and stuff, and you hunt monsters.
I mean, I would say it's a closer thing to Borderlands than like.
I love
Oh,
Borderlands,
okay.
man.
the monsters kind of remind me of like Halo-esque.
Yeah.
You know, that's what I wondered, because all I've seen about this entire game is that first trailer that they put out a while back, and even that didn't tell me shit. But like I've heard a lot of people have been getting into playing it as of late. I haven't seen anything about it.
All I suggest is go check it out, see what you think about it. I think it's one of those games that a lot of people are just gonna buy it and maybe not think as highly of it as they were originally. So I definitely suggest everybody check it out before you just impulse buy.
Yeah. Well, if you got Xbox, they got it on the beta right now. So.
Yeah.
Okay.
Is it open now?
Yeah, well, I just downloaded it and played it there.
Oh, Rich is like, hey, can I play? You're like, yeah,
I'm
Rich.
just curious. I got into the beta and I gave it to a friend of mine like about a month ago. So.
Yeah. There you go. It's that sounds interesting. I definitely need to look into that, because I've heard it's like been all the craze nowadays. I mean, and I can't blame them for thinking that way. It's like you said, Bungie's back on the scene now that they've left Microsoft. They're doing their own real thing.
So is it like a third-party title?
No, it's so Bungie signed like a huge deal with Activision after they left Microsoft. Huge. It was like 10 years or something crazy, I think. Like I can't even and for like a huge amount of money. So like everything they're going through Activision. So I guess yes. No.
Well, I guess that just means the Wii U ain't gonna get any attention, because Activision and the Wii and Nintendo don't seem to not like each other.
I mean, I don't think this is a game that could really go on the Wii U. I think is like an issue. It's like.
I think the system requirements doesn't fit the Wii U, maybe.
Yeah.
Probably. Is it just gonna be on next-gen consoles?
Only
Like
next gen.
PC, next gen, this gen.
Oh, it's on 360 as well.
Yeah.
Oh,
If
wow.
it's gonna be on the 360 and the PS3, it'd definitely be able to be on the Wii U.
It's
But again-
possible, especially because the Wii U is really stepping up. I have one now myself, and I've been pretty impressed with its capabilities. I
I
don't
never
know.
really played the Wii U.
Zio would know best, I think, out of all of us.
I can like maybe like a year ago, I wouldn't be able to recommend it, and I could recall myself saying that, but I could recommend it now. It's got a solid library of games at this
It
point.
looks like the Wii U has blossomed into a pretty strong system overall.
A lot of good things coming too.
Yeah.
I'm
Definitely.
looking forward to Smash. So
Oh my
badly.
fucking
Oh.
god! October, 3DS version comes out. December, Wii U version comes out.
Oh, that's not guaranteed yet. The Wii U version
Yeah,
isn't guaranteed.
yeah. They haven't guaranteed the Wii U version yet.
Right.
They say a holiday, which
So
which could be Thanksgiving, for all we
January.
know.
That's
Yeah.
true. Okay, you got me there. Okay, but I'm usually I can picture them market wise going for a December release because everybody's shopping for Christmas presents.
Well,
Everybody's
there's
going
also
out to
Black
Amazon.
Friday.
Yeah, and they would
So
be swamped.
I gotta say this: most hype game, Hyrule Warriors.
I am
That
looking
what the?
forward to that game.
That is
There's
so
gonna be a
weird,
direct
man.
on Monday about it.
That is my most hype game.
I wasn't sure what to think when I saw the stuff for that.
I'm excited. I'm a huge
I am-
Dynasty Warriors fan.
Dude, like I've been like a sidelines Dynasty Warriors fan. I've appreciated the games, and I've always wanted to actually jump into the series. And I feel like with Hyrule Warriors, that's gonna just propel me actually into buying the series.
I definitely agree. So I don't know. Me as a big Smash Bros. Player, it's hard for me to get excited for Smash 4.
Why?
So I mean, I'm a huge Melee player, and I still play a lot of Melee and PM, right? So when Brawl came out, I was like in this hype point. And then when I first played it, I was just like disappointed, because Brawl is just this game that basically lowers the competitiveness, in my opinion, of the game itself. So from what I've seen from Smash 4, it's kind of like a faster version of Brawl. So I don't necessarily know yet if it'll be like something that I will play, but
From
I mean,
from the get go, Sakurai said he was going to balance the speed of Melee and Brawl into this title, make it more competitive than Brawl, but you know.
yeah, but
It's
like,
not more difficult to be more competitive than Brawl. Let's be honest.
but that's the thing though. Like a lot of Melee players want that Melee feel, and if it's not that, they're just gonna stick with Melee. Melee is a game that had 970 entrants at Evo this year. It's not like dying, and Smash 4 has the ability to bring back Smash players into the community that might just get absorbed into Melee.
If it
Right.
could, and I mean, I think what helps though is the multiple platforms. You know, it's the first time we've seen a handheld Smash. You know, we were never sure if this was going to happen. You know, I mean, the 3DS was the perfect time to do it, and from what I've seen, footage-wise, and you know, content-wise for the 3DS, you know, its own specific mode, Smash Run, looking very, very tempting, as well as you know, it's going to have the same roster. Some of the same stages and a lot of different stages. I mean, not much more than that has been revealed, but just from what I've seen, it looks like it's very impressive considering the first handheld Smash we've ever gotten.
Oh, good.
SDCC or San Diego Comic Con actually did recently did a tournament
Yeah.
off the 3DS version, and from a lot of people thought it was really good. You get to see all the buffs that some of the characters have. Like Bowser is freaking awesome now. He actually
Oh my
won
God.
the contest.
Larry was the guy who won. He's a very strong player. He's won in almost every game except for 64, which is kind of funny. But so I've spoken to a lot of the players. Hungrybox is in Arizona now. I spoke to him. I spoke to Neha, who went to the Invitational. She was one of the invites. I've spoken to Axe. All these people who've played both the 3DS and the Wii U version, and they've all told me about how much like they actually enjoy the 3DS version more. Of course, that is because it's a little more prepared and ready to come out. But
Yeah, I think it's because at the same time it has a bigger roster than the E3 build for the Wii U at the moment.
Yeah, the demo does.
But there's actually a very interesting post I read about a competitive player laying down all the technicalities, all the returning features of the game, and all the little tricks that you can do, and new character, old character analyses, and it was really cool. I can link it if you guys want. Check it
Yeah.
out.
But what I most like though, you know, I mean, did they reveal the connectivity between the Wii U and the 3DS at all? I heard you can transfer characters. Is that true?
What I think what it means is you can. It has to do with Amiibo, I believe. You can transfer your Amiibo character thingy to a 3DS.
You mean the little figure guys that you put on the
Yeah.
Wii U pad?
yeah.
Yeah, you could also transfer your Miis from the
Yeah.
3DS to the Wii U.
And I heard it can, like, your Tomodachi Life guys can be used or something like that. I don't know.
Well,
I
your
heard
Tomodachi Life guys are your Miis.
yeah, just with better clothing.
Pretty much.
I don't know
So-
if the clothing can actually be imported. That would be really interesting because
That I would like that. So
you could
much.
make so many different costumes.
You
with
could
just
make
that.
it you, basically. Like, I mean, if I found like one that has like the hat, has the jacket, I've already found like clothes that look very similar to what I wear in the game because I play Tomodachi Life. So it's like I don't know. I mean, the Mii Fighter itself is a very interesting concept that I was sure they were going to implement at some point. I was surprised they didn't do it in Brawl, to be honest. But I guess they were waiting. But
The Sakurai mentioned that he said he was he thought about doing it, but at the time he didn't feel it was right, and I think I kind of agree with him.
yeah.
I think it might have been just a little bit too early for that. And they've put a lot of detail into the Mii Fighter. What's the only upsetting part is that you can't play random matches online with Mii Fighter because of the randomness of how the customizing the character.
I'd more likely play with friends anyway myself, so it doesn't bother me too much.
Yeah. I'm sure you could maybe if there's going to be a Smash, maybe at the next Evo when there's Smash 4 tournament,
that would be so good.
You could see a Mii Fighter, and you pretty much be. I had a joke going with my friends that there would be a Mii Fighter possibly going up as a Hitler Mii because everyone there's crazy amount of Miis, and I've seen a Hitler Mii before. They would just like run a Hitler Mii and win Evo with Hitler.
That would be horrible.
I have a feeling that like the Miis might not be like allowed in tournament play, and if they are, they'd probably give you like a
There'd be a
default.
cap.
They probably just make them the default moveset that they come with, and not any of the variations.
No. Well, I mean, like even the variations might be like allowed, but like I'm saying the way that Mii looks would be like a default Mii as well.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it would just be like maybe like an Evo Mii that they made themselves or something like that.
Just like one of the default red shirt.
Yeah, that could be, or the green shirt. But but what I think is I heard this because you know how Miis can be very different sizes depending on who you are, because obviously you're trying to base it off you. So when you make a Mii of a certain size, apparently they have 3 classifications for each class, depending on speed and strength. So by its height, I think they make it quicker. Like if it's taller and fatter, it'll be slower but more powerful. But if it's about balanced, it'll be somewhere in between. If it's small, it'll be quicker and weaker.
And
I like that.
Out.
And that's something that like scares I think me in particular, where like having something like that can make someone very strong, which is why I think the tournament play might not like be seen. So,
yeah, but I think the roster is going to be. I mean, I don't know how much more they have to announce before release, because like there's a lot of people expecting to see some more characters that haven't been announced yet, and I mean it's possible they may just unleash the rest of them as the game comes out. We don't know, but I do feel that with the way the roster is already, it's going to be extensive enough for the tournament where they don't even need the Mii Fighter, I'm sure.
Yeah.
What is your favorite character that's been revealed so far? Mine's is definitely Pac-Man and Little Mac.
Oh God,
Pac-Man. Gotta be Greninja. Greninja and Rosalina, man.
Well,
Greninja's pretty cool. Rosalina, she looks so difficult to learn.
I mean, I think there's a lot to her that people haven't discovered, such as all
she looks like a character in Smash that would be for zoning, which I don't think Smash has ever had something like that without like Young Link or something like that, where he controls space.
Well, Toon Link.
Toon Link.
Yeah, he's like crazy zoning. But like, what about you, Spence? You're muted.
Think about it.
Oh, you think? Okay. Well, you think about it. There's 2 guys here we have yet to hear from. Are you guys not?
I don't know if like, yeah, whatever you have to say, if there's anything.
Yeah, I was gonna say if you guys have anything.
Well, we're talking about which character.
Yeah, which character so far are you happy to see revealed and excited for?
None.
Okay.
And now the time is 7 o'clock, guys.
Yeah, that's my clock. It hourly tells me the time.
I like it because I would like that clock. By the way, you might want me to send me one because I sometimes just want to know when it's.
I can recommend you the brand.
Okay, show me my brand. Anyway, my brand. Anyway, favorite character to get revealed? God, I don't even know. Like
so many.
There's so many good characters. You know I'm gonna be maining Greninja or Mega Man, but
you will try.
Oh, I'm gonna try my hardest, especially Greninja. I want to main him more.
Oh yes.
But his smash is gonna be such a pain because it's a trap smash, and that's such a pain.
Yeah, like you've got to be able to predict.
Both of my guys are traps. damn it! Because Mega Man, you gotta trap.
Well, it's a little bit easier for Mega Man because you can activate the black hole bomb at any point.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
But
Super fighting robot.
Mega
Man! That's the
Trying
one.
to save the world.
That's who I was most excited to see because I'm a diehard Mega Man
but
fan.
besides that, I don't know. Like, I kind of want to see how what's her face plays.
Rosalina?
We fit.
No, the newer character, the one from
Lucina?
Oh, the one from
Yeah. I want
Yeah,
to see
the Marth clone.
Yeah, I want to see how she plays. If she plays,
She's gonna probably
close
play
to Marth-
extremely like Marth.
Yeah, I
If she
think
did
she's just.
Really
Zakari even
Marth?
said that.
Oh my
Zakari even
god.
said that. He already said that. He
Then,
plays like an easier Marth.
Then I might play it because I tried Marth and he's interesting. Maybe I need. I'm total scrub when it comes to. I am a scrub.
What is that
guy.
fucking saying? Like I hear this all the. What is this scrub
It's just
shit?
you're not that great at the game.
So like, okay,
You're new.
So you're new at the game.
Yeah, you're wearing
Stupid
scrubs.
scrub?
Yeah.
What the fuck? Who comes up with this shit?
Like
I mean, like,
wearing
competitive
Conquer.
gamers.
Right.
There's a lot of stuff, man. Like you can
That
get.
is lame.
So, like when you get beat, like if I just kick somebody's butt, I'm just like, oh, you just got bopped. You just got wrecked.
You
You
got.
got
Well,
just-
yeah.
I know this
You got
term.
murked.
You got murked. Happy birthday! Oh wait, never mind.
Yeah.
Well,
Like
Yeah.
But no,
body.
it's
Body is my favorite.
yeah, body. I like that one. Put you in a body bag. Anyways, I don't know if you heard that one. Anyways, no, like I said, I'm trying to think of who else. I know Zeo. Zeo is gonna be 24/7 freaking Pac-Man.
Can you
Dude,
blame
I
him?
was so excited for Pac-Man.
He's gonna be 24/7 Pac-Man.
Zeno, I was mean to ask. You're.
Oh,
I'll be right back.
He'll be RB with his face there. Like, let's get a good zoom in on that for a second. This is the artistic stylings of one Zeolightning. Isn't that beautiful?
he came up with all these. He was bored, and I remember he's like, "Look at all these things I've done." Click, 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 click.
But
Now continue what you were gonna say.
what I was going to ask you, Zeo, I remember when Pac-Man was announced, you made a video where was that your legit reaction, or were you just being dramatic?
It was both. It was both a reenactment of my
Okay,
reaction.
so it was not the first time you'd seen the trailer.
No, it wasn't.
I
My
was like,
actual reaction was a lot more.
Louder.
holy shit!
A lot louder. Yeah, it was a lot louder.
Like, would you equate it to Boshiness level?
No.
Okay, I was gonna say, because that's the
That
last
was
I've ever heard you.
I think that was a one-time thing. Unless I play another game that frustrates the hell out of me and I beat it eventually. I mean, like, honestly, Bashi wasn't the first time I've ever been that excited to beat a game. The first time I was like Blink's the Time Sweeper, which took me like 2 years to beat over time. Because that game's ridiculously hard the first time you play it.
I'm just thinking back now to the first time you beat Sonic in Bashi, and the time when you had a BSL moment when you fought the Cheetah Men.
Oh yeah,
Oh my God, no!
But no
I
one
was
will
like,
ever forget him.
No!
No
Can't
one
be
will
a
ever
star. I
forget him.
blame this on you.
Yes, but
No one
I
will
think-
forget Theo falling asleep.
yes,
I'm
and
used
I
to it
think
now.
we'll wrap up the Smash discussion in just a moment. I wanted to get out who I'm most excited to see, and that would be Mega Man, because I mean I've been a diehard Mega Man fan since I could. It was one of the first games I ever played was Mega Man. So I've been waiting for years for them to put this guy in, and the way he plays looks so good. I'm
It looks
looking
exactly like he would actually play in the game.
the
which I thought was
animations,
really
the way he
good.
plays, the smash attack is the charge shot.
The way I see it though is like with Marvel vs. Capcom, he's more of a fighter in that game. But in Smash, he acts more like his NES games, where he's actually trying to. He uses weapons to find the best way to deal with the situation, and it's almost like they brought that kind of perspective into the gameplay for Mega Man.
And I gotta gush, his final Smash, all those previous Mega Mans, including Battle Network, one of my favorites, and X, my favorite, popping up, and with the Mega Man Legends one, BAM!
Not to mention Geostellar. from Star
Oh
Force.
yeah, they had Star Force. I played Star Force because it was like a Mega Man Battle Network spiritual successor, and it was
Mhm.
like I'm like, wow, that the detail they put into those sprites for the instant they are on the screen was just so good. Like I almost wish you
You can
could
even
play as
see it
those
from the
different Mega
trophies.
Man.
There's going to be trophies of them.
Yeah, just like the trophy of Rayman that they released, which was so detailed. But
What's funny is that Ubisoft themselves made that model for Smash.
I was hoping that would mean that they would make Rayman a character, because that nobody would have expected that.
I
But
So
don't
the
think
thing
no one would
about
have
trophies
expected
is
that.
very much like whenever they release a trophy, they're generally not a character as well.
yeah. Oh, that was not the case with. Oh no, they didn't when they made.
There's one exception with that, with this one character that was with Palutena. I forget her name, but she's an assist trophy. She had this
So,
like blue. She had like this blue scarf thingy around with her.
I don't
but
know.
like she's never been a character, is what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Like there's never been a character in Smash that's been either a non like obviously like you run through single player trophy or assist stuff. So like that's just kind of where it's at. Um, but yeah, no, I don't know. I think Smash 4 is going to be a great game for what it is. I'm just too competitive in Smash Bros. After playing Melee for so long that it's just you just have to wait and see.
I've
The
been.
the two
Oh,
characters I was most excited for before like a lot ended up being just absolutely terrible. So
I'm hoping they announce Wario before the game comes out. I want Wario back in the game, though I'm starting to have my doubts that he'll be in it, but I'm hoping he will.
I agree.
Ashley from WarioWare was shown as an assist trophy, so I don't doubt Wario's in it.
They did take forever to announce Captain Falcon, so I guess it is possible they may just be waiting. And Ness or Lucas haven't been announced either, so I don't
Or
know.
Ice Climbers.
Well,
Or Ice
those are
Climbers.
characters. Those are kind of like characters you wouldn't ever see removed, especially since Ness is one of the original 12.
Yeah, exactly. And as far as I know, they've never removed any of the original 12.
They
Uh,
haven't, which makes me kind of wonder what the how Jigglypuff is gonna do.
I don't know if Zakari would have it in him to remove his original 12. You know? But anyway, we've talked a good while about Smash, so I think maybe we should move on. But it is coming out version. What's the release date for the 3DS?
October 13th, I believe,
Yeah.
for the U.S. and September 20 something for Japan. Those
Yes.
are the release dates.
Sounds
And
about right.
that's definitely static, but it's not coming from Spence.
Yeah, I don't know what that
Oh,
is.
so that hasn't been me?
No.
I'm not even
That was-
hearing static, dude. Maybe my
that was
volume's
awesome.
too low.
Regardless, I think we're done with the whole Smash topic.
Yeah, so let's move on. There's tons of other stuff going on, of course, but what's everybody else heard about? You know, it's coming up on that time where a bunch of new stuff comes out. You know, we're starting near that high point. There's tons of content.
Watch Dogs? Oh,
Yeah.
sorry. Incorrect. Sorry, that game wasn't. I don't want to bring it back.
Apparently, the Wii U version is still in development. I hear.
That was the one a lot of people were looking most forward to was the Wii U version.
I think after the release of Watch Dogs for the consoles, they were like, "Oh man, we need to step up this game," and
I can see the controls for the Wii U be pretty interesting for the Watch Dogs game. Like you just use like the pad or whatever.
Yeah, to
Touch
do the
screen.
hacking. Yeah.
Yeah, I think that'd be pretty cool. That'd be
Yeah.
pretty interesting.
So,
You know,
I've
so
never
yeah.
played it.
Another thing I'm looking forward to that's coming out this year for Wii U is Bayonetta 2. Especially
Yeah.
since now we got it confirmed that it's going to come with the first Bayonetta, so I'm not going to miss out on that.
So it's like a collection.
Yeah.
Nice.
At the same time, at SDCC, they announced a trailer for a Bayonetta dub for an animation called Bayonetta First Blood, I believe. And it's pretty cool. They actually, Funimation is doing the dub, and they actually went and tracked down the original voice actors for the games just for the dub, and I thought that was pretty cool.
That's
Yeah,
pretty
that's a good idea. That's pretty sick that they did that, actually.
Yeah, that's
Mr.
only coming out for the Wii U, isn't it? The Bayonetta.
Yeah, because
Yeah.
the Bayonetta is now owned by Nintendo, I think.
I don't think
The
it's.
license.
I don't think
No,
it's.
I think no, the license is, I think.
I'm not sure what the license is because all I remember them doing is funding the game so that it could be developed, and they just acquired it on their console only. I'm not completely 100% sure of that,
Probably
but
the contract to make the game, it had to be on their console.
Yeah.
But yet the first game was amazing, so they stick to it. Should be good.
yeah, and it's going to be coming out with Bayonetta 2. That's going to be awesome.
Yeah, that's
Okay, so here's the real question. Who's
Okay.
getting Pokemon Sapphire and Ruby remakes?
Oh yeah,
This guy
the
right here.
Okay.
You already know, Hector. You already know
I
from
already
old
know.
stories
You
that
know?
the paper 3DS or the cardboard 3DS. My bad. Stories. You remember those?
Yes, I do.
Before the game, the cardboard.
Chris Fernandez. Chris Fernandez is Mr. Pokemon.
Yeah,
Yeah.
thank you. I'm sorry. This 3DS is so. All you people
We
who
can't show this to the children.
Just for
my
this.
eyes are bleeding.
For the people who
Jesus.
can't see this, I'm rubbing my 3DS with my head.
It
That's
hurts.
disgusting.
For a copy of this game, Pokemon
Oh, I
Home.
don't know what you're talking about. Showing my copy of Pokemon Y. Oh yeah.
I don't know where.
Anyway, go ahead.
I was gonna say there's a few things going on. So like, I know Elder Scrolls Online just recently came out for the PC and it's released later this year for the next gen consoles, maybe also the 360 and PS3. But have any of you guys tried that out and actually had a chance to play it?
I got into the first day of trying to test it, and I tried, and it was like, no, but I never played it afterwards. I never got back to it.
Sure.
By the way, before we move on, Hector, just for you, bravery.
I know.
Good game. Anyways, go ahead. If anyone else has anything.
I actually haven't even heard of it, so I can't really input that much.
Yeah, because you're not PC elitist. Dave.
All hail Dave, you scrub
Dave is part of the
lords.
PC Master Race.
Yeah.
Dude.
Oh.
Master.
Speaking of Dave, you guys keep going. I actually have something I'm gonna bring up on the screen in a bit that I made for Dave that he hasn't seen yet.
Oh
But,
God, are you doing that contest that he's having?
yes,
on Facebook?
I'll show you
Oh
what I
my
made. You guys
God.
keep talking. I'm gonna find it.
Oh
Sure.
jeez.
But yeah, no, I don't know. Have you tried it at all, Rich?
No, I wanted to, but I just haven't.
You know-
like I'm not really big on like MMOs like that, so like I love like Skyrim and Oblivion and all those Elder Scroll games. So I really want to try it, but I'm just not big on it.
Trust me,
I
you're not
found
missing
it.
much.
I found it.
Yeah,
I wanted to play the. I wanted to try to get into the WildStar beta, but I missed the time when they were giving out codes. Because they were giving out beta codes, and I completely missed it.
Let me, okay, just a sec. For anybody who doesn't know what I'm talking about here with this next bit, Dave put out a contest on his Facebook page, his Facebook fan page, and he wanted people to take the picture that Maria made of him doing this. It turned into a cartoon, and then he wanted the people to turn that image. It was just the head, but he wanted the head.
Just head, guys. It's just
His head, just the tip. He wanted it turned. He made a contest out for people to Photoshop his head or to put it into an image of some sort, and he would give the best three a free Steam game. I don't know if I'm eligible, and I don't care. I made this to be funny. This image. This is what I made.
Meet Dave.
I don't think you can see the whole thing. If you look on the Facebook page, you'll see the whole thing. But it's a of a. Do you remember that movie Eddie Murphy did called Meet Dave?
Yeah, I do. I was just thinking of that.
I took
was
the
like,
poster. I took the poster. I removed Eddie Murphy from it. I put Dave's head on it, and I removed the Eddie Murphy, and I just put Dave McCauley in Meet Dave. So if that doesn't win me a
Can you
fucking
send
Steam
me-
game,
Can you send me that image? Because I definitely want to try that out now. Because
It's actually on his Facebook. It's on his Facebook.
if you
Go
go to
to.
his Facebook fan page, it's in the response that I put to it. I linked it as a picture there. If you check that out, and if you don't know what it is, it's facebook.com/Fuse4Gaming. Look, Dave, I plugged your Facebook.
Yay! Hashtag Beast My Dave. Oh shit! I dropped my 3DS.
Ah, make love to it now, bitch.
Oh, make love to you. Wait, what? Wait,
Make
what?
love to 3DS.
Wait,
That's
what?
just. Oh my god. We need to raise the rating of the podcast.
It's rated R.
Shut up.
Arg for pirate.
Yaharpility.
Stands for something. But
I guess TNA.
Rated and not for
saying
work.
he's waiting for I forget what it says. Xenoblade Chronicles. That one.
Xenoblade Chronicles?
Oh, whatever that game was. Zeo, put the thing up again.
He was talking about Xenoblade Chronicles 2.
Yeah,
and,
that's it.
And a new Fatal Frame.
Yeah. Oh, Fatal Frame. Yeah, that's another thing. That I know. Maria, our Fuse-4 Maria. I would love that new Fatal Frame game. So yeah, I can't wait for. I don't know. I'm still debating on getting a Wii U or not. Like I still want to, but I can't.
It's totally worth. It's totally worth an investment
Well,
now.
let me ask you this, Chris. What would you get it for? What games do you want for it?
Smash, Bayonetta 2. I'd probably get
Mario Kart?
No, what's that game coming out? Toad. The Toad.
Toad Treasure Tracker.
Yeah, that one. Yes, I want
Oh,
actually.
that derives from Super Mario 3D World.
Yeah, I actually like that. It looked cool, and I kind of want to test out that the Mario Maker. I know we have the thing, but I would like to test it out on newer games and mix some crazy things with the newer games.
Do you know what we could totally do with that? That Mario Maker?
I'm totally looking for. Oh, what could we do, Spence?
I feel like we could get a fan contest going for anybody with a Wii U, and they could submit us their levels, and like the ones that we have the hardest time with would be the winners.
Yeah, we could do like a prize.
We could go into that at some point, but we'll wait till that actually happens.
We
But
could figure out
saying,
something.
you were saying something, Zio. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
I like the fact that Mario Maker can like introduce people into the whole ROM hacking scene, because there are some amazing ROM hacks that have been released for Super Mario World, and I'm looking forward to seeing if like ROM hackers actually like go to this as more of a legit kind of a Mario making tool, since ROM hacking is sort of illegal.
Yeah, like I said, I think it's gonna be helpful for new people.
Ron Happing. Ron Happing.
Ron Happing.
Ron Happing. Who's the hell is Ron Happing? Ron the Truth. No. ROM hacking made easy is what I'm trying to say.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah,
But,
ROM hacking made easier.
I feel like a royal dick here. Rich, you haven't really had much to say because we've been talking about shit that's really not that relevant to you. What about you? What's been exciting you as far as, you know, the news in the gaming world?
I've actually haven't really thought too much about the news in the gaming world because I've been just going back in time playing all the games I've bought in the past like year and a half.
Okay,
I'm playing
how about
really games that were really good. Oh, sorry.
let's look at old games for a second. You know, people always talk about the up and coming stuff, but you can never take away from the classics. Now, okay, Rich, what kind of stuff have you been going back and looking at? Like maybe anything you could recommend?
Well, Far Cry 3, I finally went through all that, did that pretty much 100% except for the co-op missions, which I wanted to do the co-op missions, so I've just been trying to find people that will play that with me. What else have I been doing? I went through Spec Ops: The Line the other week, which was an amazing game. That one slipped through the crack for me until I watched it and I actually played it, and I was like, this is pretty sweet. What else have I been doing? Been a whole lot of Mafia because I've been loving that game. So I've just been enjoying driving around like in 1940s, just being a gangster. Yeah, those are like the type of games that I've been playing lately. And other than that, I've been like pretty much working. on a mini vacation right now, though, which is
Yeah?
bonus.
What's going on
4 day
with that?
long weekend. Just booked out 2 days, so I have a 4 day long weekend.
Oh yeah?
Yeah.
What do you got planned for that?
Absolutely nothing. This is
That's
it.
the best kind of vacation, isn't it?
It is. This is it. Going to see Guardians of the Galaxy. I think
Oh,
sometime
I've been
tonight
hearing a
or
lot about that
I've
movie.
been I've
Everyone's
been
been
trying to
saying
make
it's really good.
yeah, I've been trying to make plans to go see that.
yeah, I'm
Should
supposed
be
to go see
going
it
to.
tonight, but I don't
Yeah,
know
me
what time.
too.
What's going on there, Hector?
No, it's just like I was like, oh, I'm going to see it tonight. Like I said at the same time he did, and I just like
You
started laughing.
you bastards.
It's gonna be awesome, you know.
Yeah, it
Yeah.
looks really good.
I'm gonna try and catch it whenever I can.
Yeah, I
Pretty
mean,
sure.
it's a great game. It's a great looking movie. I'm a huge Marvel fan, so for me, it's like huge.
Ooh, yeah.
Rocket Raccoon, son.
Yeah.
It's all about Groot, man.
Motherfucking Raven Raccoon!
Ever since he was introduced in like Marvel, Ultimate Marvel 3, everyone's like, I feel like everyone's wanting to get to know him more, because without actually investing into the comics, which takes a long time to go into the comics and figure out, because the comics they issue to issue they take forever to learn a character, especially when they start going into backstories. But like this would be an easy way to show to introduce everyone into Rocket Raccoon and all the other Guardians of the Galaxy. I'm wondering who the main villain is going to be. Is it going to be Thanos or something like that?
Yes, it's
Um,
Thanos, yeah.
I don't know if that's been revealed. I
I
don't
don't
know
know if
that's
it's revealed, but
I don't think it's Thanos. I think they're saving Thanos for just
The Wikipedia.
Avengers.
Well, all I know is on IMDb, it got a 9 out of 10, and that's more than Titanic. So.
damn.
Wow.
No.
But then again, isn't IMDb mostly fan voting?
Whoa. It's all about
It's,
Drax. Alright, let's be real, guys. Drax and Groot, main people of the
Drax
fucking
and
movie.
Come on, man.
Dude, you got Batista, like...
Well, actually, that's a good segue. But Batista, well, he's gone. But the world of wrestling, or at least people who are fans of wrestling video games, they should be very excited for the upcoming week, because apparently this coming Monday, we're going to be getting news on some actual gameplay for WWE 2K15. Now, I mean, I don't know how much is going to be shown, but I do know apparently the roster reveal is going to be about August 16th. So that's because I know because it's happening during my shift on the marathon that I'm doing. But I'll be taking a break to see the roster reveal. But I think wait, what's this? Let's look at Chris. When's Marvel?
Okay, I'm sorry, I had to do it. I couldn't
That's
find
an
my...
old one. We haven't brought that one back in a little bit. But I'm just excited because here's the thing: when 2K14 came out, or at least when it was beginning to be announced, they were showing us gameplay from the get-go because it was a recycled version of WWE13. Now, what makes me excited is this new one, 2K15, from what they've said. Now, there's no evidence of this, but what they've said, besides quotes from wrestlers who've been in it, there's been a lot of scanning, a lot of retooling, redoing everything to make it a lot better looking. Apparently, it's a lot more aesthetically pleasing to the eye as far as the next-gen consoles are concerned. But I'm also looking forward to seeing what they've done differently from Ukes and THQ beforehand, before it got defunct, THQ. I wonder what they've changed and what's the same. I want to see this gameplay so I can see, did they really try to make it their
I
own?
think they're going to, because I hate to say it, 2K makes more aesthetic-pleasing games than Ukes did any time.
Oh, absolutely, man.
Like,
I mean,
if you've seen their 2K games, I'm not a big basketball,
look
fan.
at LeBron James.
I looked at them. I hate to say this, but we knew Ukes were so bad because, okay, I don't know if you guys seen the picture, but you got, the wrestling fans know Booker T, right? Yeah. And, well, in his, what do you call it? In his, in the TNA game, because when he was back in TNA, he looked 10 times better in that TNA game than any of the 2K, the other older 2 games. Like,
He looked like Ronaldinho. Because the WWE 12, he wasn't even black. He looked like he was Milano.
yeah.
Seriously, his skin looked like he was from the Jersey Shore or something. He didn't
Oh.
even look. And
Yeah,
all they
but
did
if-
for the next game was WWE 13 is they just made his skin a darker black. That's all they did. They didn't change the
Yeah.
face though. The face didn't
But
look
his
like him at
face,
all.
yeah. But like I said, if you look at the TNA game, he looks like what he looks like, and it's ridiculous.
I've got
Like,
the TNA game too, so I've seen this. What you're
yeah,
talking
I
about?
do. Yeah, I have it too. I actually own that game. It's just a shitty game, but it's so. Anyways, So, and like I said, I just hope they do like that. They look legit. You know what I mean? Like, I hope so because, like I said, well, I've been hearing that the game is so much better than the old versions of it. So yeah.
But yeah, that's what I'm saying though. Monday. What day is it gonna be Monday? Let me check my
The
calendar.
4th of August,
The-
I know
the
this
4th.
because that's our ultimatum at our job saying get back to work, if not, you're getting replaced. Oh,
Ooh.
yeah.
That's my
Okay.
civic holiday.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
Well,
It's
okay then.
civic holiday in Canada.
August 4th. Anybody who is a fan of WWE video games, definitely keep a lookout because there's going to be actual gameplay and a bit of roster information shown on the 4th, from what I've heard, and I hopefully so. And then on August 16th, full roster reveal. So definitely make sure you're around to check that out.
I
because
want
it's
to
gonna
see
be
which
awesome.
stings they use, by the way. That's all they
Oh,
want.
I already know what stings they're using.
They
They've
already
revealed-
know?
It's going to be WCW's Crow Sting, long black hair, the face
Yeah.
paint. And they're going to be using the blonde Sting when he had short, buzz cut
Oh
hair
my god.
and the colorful
it.
face paint.
Damn it. I was hoping for
Why?
I want more modern day Sting.
Well, okay. Here's the thing, though. I mean, I don't know if they do that, but I feel like he'll be easy enough to make.
Yeah,
I mean, I've seen so many good Stings out there, and his entrances, his mannerisms, his entrance music, it should all be in the game. So at least
Yeah.
you can kind of do it.
Yeah, because I kind of like new school Sting. Like, I don't mind the Crow Sting or the
I love Surfer Sting. I love
surfer cool guy Sting, but I want modern day Sting.
It's going to be at least worth checking out. Whether or not it's going to be as good as we're hoping, we won't know. But
By the way, I hope they do good to his finisher. I know it's not like that much.
The Scorpion, which one? The Scorpion Death, the drop, or the Scorpion
lock.
Death Lock?
No, drop. I just want more of his not because when they used to do it, I remember they do it so fast. I kind of want it kind of a more slowed down you know what I mean? Like a more of a I'm trying to do it, but it's and then
Like a
Like.
from Legend of
oh my
Zelda?
god, the slam holding the head and then doing the kick like he does
yes, it's an inverted DDT.
yeah, but he does it's weird how he does it, but more of his mannerisms are when he does the move. That's what I want because I remember the one that they had in the game. I think is only 1, 2, 3 drop, and it's like.
Have you seen the? Okay, well, I mean, I don't know. Did you play 2K14, Chris?
Yes, I own 2K14.
Okay,
Yeah.
and you got the DLC where they put the inverted DDT in, right?
I think I got that.
It was in the moves pack. And now I see what you mean, but at least that was the first time they actually put the animation for the death drop in the game in any form. So that was cool. But I do agree, they definitely need to add more mannerisms to the moves because they look so wooden at times that it just looks like anybody could do it. So they need to add a little variety.
I think people were happy when they stopped doing the gut kick for Kofi Kingston.
Yeah, that was weird. But now you can even do it as a catching move, so that's really cool. Like somebody will dive in, you can kick him in the head. I hope they keep that.
Are you talking about the Trouble in Paradise?
Yeah.
Yes. The catching finishers.
I like the
I really want to
finishers.
see how I really want to see how the SOS will look.
That would be interesting. But like I said, check it out on the 4th and the 16th, and you'll get all the information you need. So, all right. So what else is going on now? We don't we don't have any email questions this time because we couldn't get access to them this time. But what we can do, if anybody in the chat at any time has questions for us, we'll definitely we'll answer them.
Answer, because
Yeah.
we're cool like
It's a bit of a
that.
cop out, but it's
Oh,
better than
actually,
nothing.
we could talk. I could talk about something
Yeah,
that
go
we
ahead.
talked before the podcast, and I'll bring it in the podcast.
Yeah. Go into
Okay,
that.
so I've been randomly watching a couple of streamers that I get into, and they're on the thing called Intel's Next Top Streamer. And then I was watching it one moment, then I noticed someone who was talking to one of the people. And I was like, hey, wait a minute. And then all of a sudden, Hector's actually a friend with one of them, or he knows, like, maybe, I don't know how many other people you know. I think you probably only know him, but I don't know if you know anyone else.
So as far as I know, the person you saw there was called Koibu,
Yeah.
aka Neil. I actually didn't even know this was something he was doing. So maybe if I had a list of all the streamers, I might actually know a few other ones. I feel like maybe JP or Ryan might also be involved in that.
Hold on. Give me 1 second. Go ahead, talk.
Yeah, no, I've been kind of just like hanging out. Koibu had he had 100. Yeah, so I've been on his stream a few times recently. One of the more recent ones was during his 120-hour stream marathon that he did. Unfortunately, he ended up passing out at 106, which was a bit unfortunate. But he completed the one right before that, which was 90 hours, and that was pretty awesome. So yeah, like he did a 90-hour stream, and he went all 90 hours, didn't pass out once. It was amazing. So
That is impressive.
Same.
Was he drinking like
Yeah.
tons of energy drinks or something?
no, he wasn't actually. He wasn't
He
drinking
didn't.
like energy. So
You guys mean, like pills?
So no, basically what he does is he prepares himself like a week before it, where he tries to like prepare his body for staying awake. Then he basically like puts his head in water every like 6 to 8 hours to kind of like keep himself kind of awake and up. But yeah, out of all these people, I guess I kind of know Justin Flynn and BoxBox. BoxBox is a really popular League of Legends streamer who I like a lot. So.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know Justin Flynn because he kind of does the Pokemon competitive scene a
Yeah.
little bit. Like he's done the announcing for the VGCs, the video game conference, and was one of the announcers who went and everything. Like I said, he's a crazy guy and all that stuff. That's how I know him. And then I kind of I got to know, like, they did a quick thing for a couple of these people, like a quick video thing of like things, and I kind of want to go to Ezekiel's stream. This guy, from what I saw in this little package, that guy is crazy. Like,
So, and this is pretty cool. So the judges are DJ Weed and Jeff, or EG in Control, as a lot of you guys know him
DJ
as.
Weed.
Yeah, DJ Weed and EG. I have a buddy who works for EG, so like that was pretty cool. I got to meet a lot of them at both MLG and not PAX. I'm sorry, at a con I went to here in Arizona that they were here. So.
Yeah. Hector, I was meaning to ask you something. You're an avid League of Legends player. You're big on the scene.
I am.
As you probably know, then, no doubt, a new champion was announced.
Yes, and I have.
What do you think about all this? Because I've heard so many opinions about it. I have my own, but I want to hear what you have to think as a League of Legends, an avid guy.
So
What do you think?
he's amazing. I've actually played as him a few hours now, and
What, PvE servers?
PvE, yeah. So you got on PvE, you currently have the new Summoner's Rift is unlocked as well, and you also have access to Gnar, and Gnar is like he's so cute, and you just want to like play him, and then you realize he's good too. Like
He looks like a freaking gremlin.
it's pretty awesome. So he's a ranged champion that's more designed to go top lane, in my opinion, than anywhere else. There's gonna be people who are gonna try to play him as an AD carry. I already know, but he's a really good top laner. You get like Blade of the Ruin King and Trinity Force, and he puts out a lot of damage. His Q has like a 5-second cooldown, but if it returns to him, it gets dropped to like a second and a half. And the coolest thing about him is his bounce. He can bounce on allied minions, enemy minions, champions, and if you jump on one of those, you continue to bounce the same amount of distance forward. Gives you a lot of momentum. Really cool. So, I'm overall like really happy with him. But yeah, that's like. What else were you looking for
Well,
overall?
when I saw him, because I looked at each detail on his moves. I don't do PBE because I haven't gone on there, but I've seen all the little, because they released the thing about him. They released a
Yep.
little movie of each of his moves and gave a basic description of what it does. Now, looking at him, a lot of his moves seem to be stuff that other champions can do. And I guess my first initial thought was he kind of seems recycled in that aspect. But like maybe since you've played him yourself, maybe you can tell me how that's wrong.
So he felt very fresh, and here's why. So he does have a Q that's like a boomerang, much like Sivers. The difference is it's actually quite different as it brings a different mechanic into the game. So as you throw it forward, while it's moving forward, the return trajectory will be wherever you're standing the moment it reaches its furthest point. So the reason why this is nice is because you have to play around that, because if you don't catch it on the way back, you're not going to have it up again for another 4 seconds, which is like really bad in a sense. So it puts a lot of play. He has a range champion, so he can do that. Like his W is just like an auto attack buff, which is kind of like I don't really know much like around that, right? His E is the bounce, of course, so it's kind of like mobilities. But like nobody else really has like interaction with other minions and champions the way his does, so that's really cool. His ultimate is when he's in beast form, of course, which is his passive is like the most unique thing about him. His ultimate is basically like a small dash that knocks people and stuns them, and that's like the best thing to me. Like it's super unique to him. There's nobody who really has something like that. Like Malphite has a dash, but it's a knockup, and it only really hits people in a smaller sense. Well, Nar kind of uses his whole body as a push, which is very nice. And it also changes, it recycles his whole, it changes all his kit around as well. His Q becomes a rock that he throws that you have to pick up while chasing. W becomes a stomp that deals damage, and Aziza slow on the jump and doesn't bounce. Like, he does have a lot of uniqueness to him, although at first glance he does kind of seem like has a lot of similar abilities to other champions.
I guess it's more one of those situations where someone has to play him to kind of come to a conclusion. You know, it's kind of an experience type of thing. And also, real quick before we move on, you mentioned that you've played the new Summoner's Rift. How is it?
So it's definitely awesome. I don't like the way the jungle camps look now. I'm kind of not a very big fan of them, but you got to learn to live with it. Changes. Overall, a lot of really cool changes. So I'm not one for aesthetics, so for me it's not like a big thing. The things that they like that they change is like Dragon and Baron timers actually display the health above their health bar, above their health bar. So that's really good for a jungler. This way you don't have to actually have them clicked or whatnot, you can be more aware of other things while also being aware of their health for smite. And just overall, like the map just looks a little bit smoother. I just wasn't like fully used to it, so to me it was like kind of not as I didn't like it as much. But overall, I feel like it's kind of just like a new feel. I remember the last time they changed Summoner's Rift, I didn't like it as much either, but you just kind of grow into it.
A lot of people were worried when, well, League players themselves were worried when this new map was announced. Well, this update to the map, they were worried that it would be just on a too high a scale because of how aesthetically pleasing it is for their computers to run. Now, obviously, I've heard a lot of things where this is just, it works just as fine as any other time it's worked, even though it looks different.
So currently, I like to put a lot of feedback on the forums, and this was one particular thing that I myself had mentioned to the devs, and they brought it up, and they said currently the way it is in the PvE, you would experience anywhere between 5 to 10% slower loading times, is what they said. But upon release, they want it to be at the same amount of loading time as what it is right now to 5% faster. And the patch that just happened, they had already reduced loading time from about 10 to 30%, is what the patch notes said. So they're doing a pretty good job currently at reducing load times, and that's something they want to maintain. I'm pretty positive that they won't actually release this map until they can actually guarantee good loading times for people with let's say lesser functioning computers and whatnot.
Yeah, I'm just getting used to loading in at a decent rate now because when I had my Mac playing it, it took me ages to load in. Now I load in instantly. It's like amazing. But okay, well, to all League of Legends fans out there, you know, definitely. I mean, we're gonna get to this at the end of the show, but definitely check out Hector. He plays a lot of League and he likes to cast it too. So if you want to see how to play it, he's got some good game.
So, do you mind if I like kind of pin something out here, like really fast?
Yeah, go ahead. What the hell?
Okay, it's something quick. So, to anybody who plays League of Legends, if you're a fan of like entering in Riot points, currently you can follow me on Twitter or send me an email at hero94.moose@gmail.com. And what you will do is we'll sign you up for a tournament I'm running. The next one is going to be August 6th and the 7th. It's a 2-day tournament. It's a random draw tournament where you enter by yourself and get teamed up with 4 random people. And I'll sign you up and I'll send you weekly updates as to what's going on. If that's something you're interested, just let me know and we can get you all signed up. It's a really fun tournament. We had about 9 teams last week, so.
Nice. I'd enter myself, but I don't think I got the skill.
Yeah, we get people from bronze all the way to diamond. So.
What are you, by the way? I know you've been trying to get your ranking up.
So I haven't been playing as much League as I wanted to. I've actually decreased from Plat 4 to Gold 5 currently.
So you were Platinum rank before.
I was Plat 4, and then I Elo decayed all the way to Gold 5 right now.
Alright.
Yeah, I logged in and I was like, I wonder what I am, and it was like Gold 5. I was like, holy cow! And then so I played a couple games to guarantee I don't decay anymore, and I'm gonna proceed to get back to Plat. I think sometime this month.
Yeah. All right, so that's cool. Definitely look into his little tournament if you're interested in some great prizes. But yeah, that's great. Little news in League of Legends, because there's a lot of people.
Who cares?
It does have the RP sponsored by Riot, so like it's the 3200 RP plus a Triumphant Rice skin, so it's pretty sweet.
So they're actually involved with this. This is actually a Riot thing, kinda.
Yeah. So like they don't technically call them. They don't like to say that they sponsor the tournament, but they are providing prize support for the tournament.
That is awesome. You know, like that shows how much they care about their community.
Exactly.
What's funny is I'm thinking about it now, and I just kind of thought about it. My sister actually got into League not too long ago, and I think I'll recommend her to you into your tournament because she's been playing it a lot, and she's been telling me all of her frustrations she's been having with it and everything.
That's the League community.
It's a pretty toxic place, I have to say, though. I've met some good people, and I've met a lot of bad people. You know, it's like a...
I think you get that with every fan base. There'll be a bunch of people that'll tell you that out of the Smash fan base,
that's true.
or the Sonic fan base, or anything like that.
World of Warcraft, anything, really. But,
Guys, it's all about Dota 2. Let's go.
Shut the fuck up.
I don't even know what I'm talking about. I don't even play any games. I'm sorry.
You don't play any of that shit.
I mean, if League of Legends doesn't do something for like, so Dota 2 just had a $10 million tournament.
What?
Damn.
Oh, okay. So check this out. League of Legends World Championships that are gonna happen in like 2 months are gonna be for like $2 million. First place gets $1 million, another $1 million split between the other like 3 places. Dota 2 put in $2 million themselves with Valve. Then the community is able to purchase something called a compendium, and every single time someone buys that, a price of that money goes into the pot. The Dota 2 community managed to get it all the way up to $9.8 million. First place got $5 million. Second place got like 1.5. Third place got just a little over $1 million. Like the price support for this game is insane.
That's freaking crazy.
That's wow.
It's nuts.
That is some money.
So
It's very competitive.
League needs to do something also, because if not, like they're just gonna get left behind, like because of stuff like that. Even games like Smite are starting to have an easy 2 million, which could get updated soon to even higher. So
it's definitely growing. The genre itself is just growing at an exponential rate. It's fantastic. But that's great, yeah.
I remember at one point, didn't they say at one point they were considering like making, putting in video games or something like that into the Olympics or something like that?
I was going to ask about that.
So League of Legends is pretty much almost at that point.
It's crazy. That's quite the point.
Yeah. I mean, I think. So because League of Legends is one of the games that is now allow a player, like a U.S. player can get a sports visa to play League of Legends in the States, and they're pretty much they are recognized by the Olympics as a professional sport when the game League of Legends. It's just what I feel like it'll join the Olympics soon, even though I'm not necessarily against it, but I don't know if I'm fully for it either.
I don't know what to say about it. Let's just.
I think as far as like
Oh,
Olympic.
I'm sorry. I apologize.
What?
It is making its debut in the 2016 Summer Olympics.
Oh, so it is going to be in the Olympics.
It is, I knew it was already at the stepping stone. I knew it was going to be in it. I just thought it was in the 2021.
I guess this is our discussion for the moment then. Okay, my opinion, short and sweet on this. I get that there's a lot of competition in video games. You know, it's great to be competitive. It kind of gets your mind going, makes you think. But Olympiad stuff, like Olympic caliber things, put a lot of physical strain. It takes a lot of training, a lot of years, and it's doing something for your country. There's a whole lot of aspects to it. I mean, video games are great, and they do deserve like their own competitions, definitely. But to put it, like to say that it's on the caliber of what these Olympians can do, I don't know. Like, part of me feels like it's a little out of place. That's just me.
I won't necessarily say it's not out of place. More like it's not as worth it. Because like wait, huh?
Go ahead. I'm sorry. I was just.
The way I see it is that there is a lot of training that goes into like certain types of video games. I can tell you right now, just from like playing just a little bit of competitively of like Smash, there's a lot of button pressing that you have to know for L canceling and wave dashing, all that kind of stuff, and that goes for almost all fighting games. And then and that's just fighting games alone. And video games they test you. They can test you to some worth of physical capacity, but not to the extent of like Olympics. And I feel like we have tournaments and big events like Evo that pretty much can do the job of displaying how amazing video games could be and stuff. I think putting something like this in the Olympics is a little bit not really worth it.
So here's my question to like everybody. What is your opinions on chess being in the Olympics?
That's kind of a mind game. It's not so much of a physically aptitude game.
But would you?
Okay, go ahead.
Because chess is something that can very easily be considered very close to something such as League, where there's mind games involved, there's strategies involved. It's except instead of a single, it's a team-based game. And also, League is one of the few games that you can actually get a team together to play. Like there's a lot of games in the Olympics where they already do that, but they want more, and that's something that they want to bring. So
you know what would make me
okay,
just real quick. You know what would make me more accepting of that? I think if the Olympics changed from just being a show a competition of the most physically fit and into a like more of a competition where this is what I'm seeing it is now, more of a competition of who of the most physically and mentally fit.
So the Olympics isn't necessarily a competition of the most physically fit. It's a competition of the most skilled people in the world. And skill can be determined in different ways. Whether it's running like a 9-second 100-meter, that's a skill. That man can run that fast, that's his skill. So the Olympics is a way of testing like countries' skill versus each other. And I think League of Legends is just another game that can be compared there. At the same time, I don't know if I still agree with it being there.
Well, here's the thing. You know, as far as chess goes, chess is, you know, throughout history, has been known as one of the most mentally demanding games of all time. Because if you're playing someone of equal or greater intellect as far as making moves, it's probably one of the greatest mental struggles you will face. Because chess has so many different ways it can go. It's a simple game, but to play against somebody on an intellectual level in a game like that, it's one of the greatest challenges I've ever heard of. You know, I mean, I'm piss poor at chess, but I mean, I'm more of a checkers guy. But
Me
it's
too.
just,
Me too.
yeah, I know. I showed that a bit ago. Nerds. Well, I like the term geek better, but that's my point. But it's definitely, I do think intellect should be acknowledged as far as Olympics go, or contests, because yes, you can be the biggest, buffest guy and do the most amazing things, or girl. We can't be sexist. Yes, there are amazing women in the Olympics as well, but at the same time, it would also get rid of the idea that it's all about being muscular, because you need to be smart. You need intellect. You need planning and strategy. And I guess a game like chess would definitely bring out the best of that. I just wish there was an easy way to incorporate both aspects simultaneously. But that's a very difficult thing to do when it comes to it, because most competitions are straightforward. Do this race, swim here, back and forth. I mean, there are strategies, different ways to swim
You
to
know,
go faster. It's I don't know. I think it's kind of a gray area.
something that reminds me of like physical and mental aptitude in a sort of competition is I don't know if you guys ever watched it, but Ninja Warrior, where you have to be mentally prepared of how you're going to take down one of the obstacles that they have there, and physically capable to do it as well. And that's kind of the idea that I get, like combining physical capabilities with mental capabilities. And that's kind of what the thing I think the Olympics should like represent, like the power of physical and mental. I don't know what that is. Mental abilities
Take a
of
look
the
at
world.
this. Alan says, well, TNA fan, he says, here's an idea. We have the World Series of Poker, and we did have the World Series of Blackjack. Why not have something called the World Series of RTS? Very interesting point, and I think,
What's a real-time strategy?
yeah, real-time strategy, and maybe they would also go into, Hector, what is the specific genre of a game like League of Legends?
It's a
Is that specifically like
It's a MOBA. It's a
it's a
MOBA.
MOBA. That's
okay,
it.
That's
it's
what
a
I'm talking.
MOBA.
Battle
Massive
Arena.
online battle arena.
Yeah.
You know, they could have a World Series of MOBA as well, but RTS
Well,
itself, I think they do something like
I
that.
mean,
The
they already have
StarCraft
a
tournaments
world.
and stuff.
They already have a world championship every year for League of Legends, where we get people from every country to represent for League of. The difference is so like in the in North America currently we have a team called LMQ who is currently in first place, who is literally a Chinese team who brought their 5 members and came to the U.S. and played in our championship. That's literally what they did. None of them are from America. None of them do any of this. That's what they do. So like if they qualify for Worlds of League of Legends, they're taking a North American spot, but they're So basically, Chinese get like they're already there are 2 spots, plus they're coming also from like North America, so they're technically getting 3 spots. So like having a actual Olympics versus the World Championship that they already have determines that hey, this team that's coming out of North America couldn't enter through North America from the Olympics. They'd have to enter through China, and that's like a big difference. But yeah, overall, they already have a World Championship. It happens every October, usually in California. This year, it's in Korea. I think I'm pretty confident in Korea. And yeah, so that's just how it works. We've had a different champion every time. We've had a European, Taiwanese, Korean champion. So we'll see what happens this time. I think
it's sick though.
I think League's at a good spot. I think it just needs to.
Well, I can totally see it being in the Olympics because it's like a mind game, just like chess and poker and everything like that. Totally makes sense. It's just not like Olympian as you think Olympian should be.
Yeah. Honestly, I don't know. I feel weird about it, but that's just me.
I think after like the first time, it's weird in thought, but like maybe after we see it in action and it happens, it won't be as weird the next time, or something like that. It's always
Yeah.
it's this is gonna be the strangest the first time you hear about it and see it, and that's probably how strange it'll
Yeah.
I mean, you
be.
have to remember, like, it's like there's stuff like curling in the Olympics that a lot of people don't like seem to do it. Handball, which a lot of people seem to like not see as like a big thing. So with all of these things, like they were weird when they first got introduced, but people have learned to accept them. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I think like something like that could happen also with the league. We just gotta wait and see. You know what I mean?
Yeah, just take time,
Just let it happen.
let it happen, and see what happens.
I think League is kind of just trying to do everything it can to preserve itself, and making something like an Olympic sport is like an insane way to preserve itself because you don't really get rid of stuff like that very often.
Exactly.
So
Well, it'll be exciting to see. It'll be like the first video game in the Olympics. It's a
yeah,
video game, not an actual game, but because they're all games, so
exactly.
just competitiveness, national.
Yeah, like I said, being on a national board, being a video game, that's gonna be just interesting to see how people react to it. You know what I mean?
Definitely.
Yeah, like the mainstream people. Yeah,
Yeah.
So
be pretty
I mean,
interesting.
I think this is like, I think that's really like all that's gonna come out of this, like the Olympics, League of Legends. Some of us like most of us are kind of skeptical about it, but overall, I think it's like an okay spot.
That's fine.
Yeah, I'm
We
interested to
made
see
it
how it turns out.
somehow.
Exactly.
It's just a game, just like every other game that's played in the Olympics.
Yeah, exactly.
Exactly. So,
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 are you gonna change the subject?
trying to. I just
Us-
don't know to what.
I don't think there's anything.
Mufasa?
I'm falling off a cliff really soon. I don't know if that's exciting soon.
Apparently,
Well, just make
gamers
sure.
have been doing a petition for the Destiny game for the Wii U. So the people who have the Wii U want Destiny to be on it. And they put in a petition out.
Destiny? What's that game?
Yeah,
They made
that's that
game made
like game
by
Bungie.
Bungie. Yeah, it's a new Bungie
Oh, okay.
Destiny.
Yeah, we
Yeah.
were talking about earlier.
Yeah,
Apparently,
okay.
there's a petition
I
going
didn't hear the
around.
title. Okay.
When do you
That's
pay
interesting.
attention?
I might sign that then because I'd like to see it on Wii U. Although
You can
petitions, I feel like petitions never work anyway.
Yeah, it's true. I can tell you guys, petition's not really working because
So,
my
I
job is still in shambles right now. Cause we tried
I think
with a
I think the petition won't work for something especially something like this because they're trying to get a game for the Wii U when the audience isn't on the Wii U. The audience is on these big console games. And I
yeah.
understand that there's a lot of people who own a Wii U, but but most of the people who are like interested in this game are people who are already like a next gen console owner generally. You know what I mean? Or like already own a
Yeah.
PS3 or
The
something.
other next gen console.
So I don't think it's in the developers like in their game like there's no like it's not in their favor to do it, right? Like they'll probably like not make as much as they'd want or something like that.
Yeah, because who knows if all the people who do sign it actually do buy it.
Hmm. Yeah.
Is though Wii U needs more titles like from
I agree with you on that one.
third party, so that more people will be interested in getting the Wii U because it'll have the same. It'll have Nintendo's mostly
Handheld.
first party now and second party with a bit of third party. They've been trying to step their third party game up as of late. So I think something like this could only benefit them. I don't know how well it would benefit Bungie, but
The time is now 8 p.m.
thank
And
you.
now it's 8 o'clock.
Yeah. I don't know how well it would benefit Bungie, but I think it would benefit Nintendo for sure.
It would.
You would.
And you'd wonder like how it would completely work, but I don't know. How are first-person shooters on the Wii U?
For the most part, you don't have to play it with the game with the gamepad. You can, because I know that Call of Duty Black Ops 2, if I remember, it has an option to play it with the Pro controller. So
Okay.
you don't have to play it with the gamepad. I think that's a misconception. Like I know that the gamepad has a lot of potential in what it can do in innovating games, but it doesn't have to be like this big peripheral that everyone needs to use to make the game. Part of the functionality of it is just switching from the TV to the gamepad and keeping the controls pretty much just the same, but on the
It's
gamepad.
essentially here the gamepad's isn't that just like a mobile device that you can just like look around. You don't even have to be in the same room and play the game.
Yeah, you can be in a different room. There is a limit to how far away you can be from the Wii U, because
But I'm sure if you're like in the basement, and you have one in the main room, and you're like below it. I'm sure it would work.
yeah, I'm pretty sure it can be like a couple. It can be like probably I estimate about maybe 2 to 3 rooms apart. So it probably could be a floor apart and it'd still work.
Because it just looks like here's a gaming console that you can sit at home and watch on your TV or just play handheld. Which that's how I see Wii U.
I remember part of the advertising for Wii U was to be able to
Go to
move
the
people
bathroom.
move people from the TV, and I actually have used that function because I've like let my niece play on the little gamepad and actually play different games on my TV itself whenever she decides to come in my room and play games, because she always does
Yeah.
that.
Which that's pretty interesting.
So it is a very useful function. Not all the games for the Wii U are going to be guaranteed to do that. I'm pretty sure I'm not sure if the new Star Fox is going to be able to do it, because the idea of the new Star Fox game that was announced is that you're going to be able to play first person from the gamepad, and it's going to be third person on the TV, which
That's
I
pretty
think is a
cool.
real yeah. I thought that was
That's
I think that's a really neat idea.
that is a pretty cool idea. That's how I can see the controllers working, and I can give Nintendo props for being so innovative about that, and for all the other little things that they've done, like the Power Glove. That was very innovative. Like
Even though
that's huge.
even though it
That
didn't,
was huge at the time.
it was, and even though it wasn't like a very it wasn't very useful. It was innovative. Nintendo's always been trying to like make new ways for people to play. They were the first ones to come up with some kind of motion control gaming.
Yeah, like it was pretty cool. Like when you had it, and you hoped that it worked, but it never did.
It's got to
Well, I
start
mean,
somewhere.
the zapper kind of worked. The NES zapper.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't agree. I think the Zapper, it's literally a frame to do the same thing you can do with your hands. Like, I was very like against it. I don't know.
Ding.
Sorry. Usually that doesn't happen on my Mac. That came from my Mac and not my other computer. Oh, now I hear it in
That
my
didn't even
headphones.
sound like a Mac sound.
It's because it's a Google Chrome a sound, and I have Google
Okay.
Chrome on my Mac.
But yeah, I mean, like, that's the thing, though, with this new technology we see nowadays. It had to start somewhere. Like the Power Glove, or, I mean, look at, like, we had the Virtual Boy, for instance. How shitty that was. The games themselves weren't the shitty part, but how the machine functioned and what it did to your freaking eyes was just horrible. But now, look, nowadays, I've been seeing so much about this Oculus Rift. You know, like, I was skeptical, like anybody else, but I've seen so much footage of it, and I've never used one, but it looks so immersive. It looks like the right step in virtual reality gaming, like a right step forward. We're not
I'm
quite
just,
there yet, but
I'm
So
just gonna throw out. Look at the Nintendo 3DS. You got a little handheld that is 3D.
yes.
Like that is very innovative. That's huge.
You
I will
wouldn't see
say
that
this
stuff years
much.
ago.
The Oculus Rift is amazing.
You've used one?
Yes.
What's it
Oh,
like?
dude, what's it like?
It was like so I used it at Phoenix Comic Con 2014. I think it was this year. And there was these guys showing off their game. It was still very early in development, but it had already had a lot of backing for it. And it was very interesting because it kind of like I just kind of put it on, and I felt like I didn't really have to learn a lot of things. Like everything kind of just felt really natural, and it seemed really nice. Like overall, I was like extremely impressed with it. I wish I could have had more time with it, but unfortunately, I only had like 2 minutes to use it, which was kind of unfortunate. But it was like fantastic. Like everything about it just felt like you had like you did like everything just felt natural. Like unlike where like controllers where you're like, why does hitting this button mean jump? Like here you're kind of just like kind of thinking it, and like it's like you figure out how to do it, and it's pretty simple. Like obviously like the game I played obviously didn't have a jump, but somebody was telling me about it, some other stuff, and but like it's just kind of like you look around and
How
it's
was
just
your
very responsive.
Did it like hurt your eyes at all? Because I remember I watched a reviewer that I know who also used it, and he said his eye, if you didn't wear it the right way, it would strain your eyes.
So like I said, I only had it for like 2 minutes. I put it on. It felt like I put it on pretty normal, like nothing crazy, and like my eyes after the 2 minutes felt fine. I normally don't have issues with that though. Like same with like the 3DS, I can have it on the 3D all day and not really have issues with my eyes. But maybe some people with particular like might have issues with that. But I know it wasn't much of an issue with me. So,
Yeah, like I said, some people have problems with
yeah.
like their eyes have to be like kind of squishing in, trying to see what they need to see. But like I know some people who can just like sit there all day and just be like, yep, doesn't bother my eyes.
I don't know. I don't think I would want those glasses on for like 8-hour game session. Like, I just would feel like it's like burning my eyes. So how I think it would be.
Yeah, like I said, it'll be interesting when you see it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I've been watching videos a lot lately with people who've been playing Oculus Rift and recording it, and they put out an update to make it a little bit better, the Oculus Rift 2 as they call it, and I ding
Sorry, it's
no, you're good. No, but I've seen these special games that have been made. They're really short at the moment. They're in development, but it's more like a story. It's like being immersed in your old favorite movies, but being there. Like for instance, I've seen it happen to Miyazaki films. I don't know if anybody's watched the Miyazaki films. Some people may not know.
like
It's
Spirited Away and
Spirited
shit like
Away.
that.
Was Totoro
Yeah,
Miyazaki?
My Neighbor Totoro, Howl's Moving Castle, Ponyo, and those kind of titles.
But I've seen one. Actually, I see two games. I saw one based on My Neighbor Totoro, where it would reenact a certain scene with an umbrella. But you would
Oh,
be
the one where the one where they're standing in the rain.
yeah, and he jumps and makes it rain more, but with the tree. And they have you through the eyes of the little girl in that scene. And it's fully 3D. And they also did one for Spirited Away at the beginning when the little girl goes through the this place with these little soot spirits bringing coal back and forth for this giant boiler. It sounds silly to some, but to immerse yourself, imagine this. Picture this in your mind. Look at your favorite movies that you watched growing up, and then imagine yourself being immersed in it, like you're through the eyes of one of your favorite characters. Imagine that. How cool would that be, right? I feel like virtual reality is coming along so well just after seeing stuff like that. Now, you have gaming that seems to work somewhat with motion moving and stuff. If you could combine the aspects, like for instance, you got the Oculus Rift that immerses you sight-wise, but you're still playing with a keyboard or a controller. But then you've got something like, I know this is a horrible example, but the Kinect. If tuned up, I don't know how the Xbox One's Kinect is going to be, because I haven't played an Xbox One. If anybody else has, please let me know. But the fact is, if they get it right and the motion is that spot on where you can play a game nearly seamlessly with the motion capture, but be immersed in it at the same time, that would be probably the closest we'll be in some time to virtual reality. What are your theories on this?
I feel like if we did that, we'd be running into the walls or something. Like you're using the Kinect and then
Yeah.
you're immersed. You don't know what's around
Yeah,
you.
you can't see and stuff. Yeah.
You're like
That's
destroying
true.
your
I
TV.
guess. Like I don't know, maybe walking in
Whatever
place
you're
or
up to.
something. If they found
You
out
know
way to.
what? You know what we need, man. Let's just be real. Everybody here has seen Sword Art. We just need the VR machines they got in there. They put you to sleep. Everything's all about what you see in your mind, and it's just good to go, man. It's just.
If we could do that, I don't think anybody would come out. Let's be
If we
honest.
do the holodeck, I'll be happy.
Yeah.
I'll program my own game. Oh, what happened to Tyler?
What do you mean? What happened to me?
Oh, you froze on my screen.
It's cold in here. Shut up. Like, is it? See, haha, froze. Cold.
Ha 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 ha.
Still a better comedian than Chris.
That's a bullshit line, you fucking know.
Then do
it.
stand up for me right now.
We what?
Do stand up.
I'll stand up. There you go. Standing up. Standing up.
Do comedy.
Oh.
Take back down.
Truffle shuffle. If you're gonna stand up, you may as well just be like.
I ain't truffle shuffling for you.
Oh, we're all
I
standing
told
up
you.
now?
The next time you truffle shuffle, I won't.
When we do our donation stream someday, we will have that as an incentive.
Yeah, I'll
Yep.
do it
You
live
would,
on stream.
okay, Chris. Would you do it if it was a reward for a certain amount of money people donate for a
Yes.
cause?
Yes.
Okay, we are holding him to this. When we do our donation stream for charity, we will have Chris doing a truffle shuffle as a reward.
Yes.
One of many rewards, including prizes, of course. But Chris will be on there somewhere.
Yes. I'll do it during my block because we'll probably be doing block. So.
Other such rewards would be dinner with Chris, where you'd be buying.
Ooh.
Um,
Yes, because
I'd
Chris
say
is
dinner
poor.
with Rich, but he has only one dinner date partner. He has one
Yeah.
dinner date
Hey,
partner.
I only have one date partner. Wait
Oh.
a minute.
Sorry.
Wait a damn minute.
I'm sorry.
Wait a damn minute. Are you forget? I quit the Fuse-4. Nope.
Bye.
Are we auctioning off dinner dates
Still
with
can
more
get
members? Is that like a thing right now?
We could. I mean, if people want to make the trip, who wouldn't want to go to
I mean,
dinner
I
with
mean-
Zeo,
I mean-
man?
No.
We
I don't. If
So,
if this person had the money, she would pay for the dinner date with me, anyways.
She shouldn't pay for it.
There's a
No,
few
I'm
people-
gonna pay for it. I'm
You
not.
can
damn
pay
right.
for it.
You
There's
damn
a few
right.
people
I'm
in the
not
Milwaukee,
dumb. I'm
in the
not
Milwaukee
dumb.
community where we've done like a 24-hour stream. Like one of my friends, Koibu. I think it was on Koibu stream.
Heck, you don't have to stand up, dude.
I like to stand up sometimes.
Okay,
I really
okay,
hate sitting
okay.
down.
I hear
So
you.
there's a person called Koibu, and one of our friends is called Boontown, aka Boon.
Boontown?
Jossie. Boon.
Oh, Boon. Not
Her name's
okay.
Jossie, but like her tag is Boontown. And we raffled her off for like an online date kind of thing. So you get like a 2-hour session with her over Skype, like video chat.
Ooh.
And like that ended up selling for like $180 or something.
What?
What the?
I mean, I know we've had a $200 one for her before because that's the second date she's done.
Jesus, what kind of girl is this?
It's kind of like a more for funsy thing, just to raise money for Neil's stream. And like Neil's the guy that's like he did a 90-hour stream and raised like $10,000. So
Hey, let's do it with Maria. Oh wait, Chuck. Shit.
You want Chuck to kick your ass?
We won't tell Chuck about it.
guys, it'll just be a 2-hour session.
Guys, it'll just
We'll
be
never
2
know.
hours.
It'll be good. It'll be good, guys.
Chuck does not have to know about this.
Oh my God.
Oh, well, Richard, we can do Richard. Richard, don't tell
No.
Amanda. Don't tell Amanda.
She would kill him.
She would.
Yeah, no.
Why are you Skyping with that man? Oh,
He paid me.
he paid me, honey.
He gave me money.
If it makes you feel better, I was gonna use the money to take you to dinner.
They're hoarding me out.
Whoa.
I could just imagine you doing that too. Like you're Skyping with a dude, and she's like, "What are you doing?" I'm paying the bills.
I need my rent money.
So wait, I was actually meaning to ask you, Rich, because I know it's been said that you moved, but how is it?
Yeah.
Like how is it having your own place here?
It's awesome. I love the area I'm in. I kind of grew up in this area and then came back down, and I love it.
Are you further from Dave now?
Yes, I'm further from Dave, so
Still within
it
visiting
takes
distance, obviously, but
it takes another probably about 5 minutes to get there.
that's not too bad, really. I mean,
No. But I'm
Dave's
like
also thinking of
right on
getting.
the lake.
Dave's looking to get his own place as well, so we don't know where he'll end up.
Yeah. You'll probably end up somewhere away from me.
I was actually supposed to be in Canada this weekend.
Really?
Oh,
Why?
whereabouts?
I was gonna be in
Whereabouts?
Ontario.
Ontario, where we are.
Yeah.
Yeah. One of my friends, Boone Town to be exact,
The same
is
one?
hosting. Yeah, there you go. So like the Mafia community's kind of grown in the last year or so. It's kind of started up back in October, and they did a couple get-togethers. They did one last week here in the States at my buddy Pope, the guy who like founded Daily Mafia, and then they just did one now in Canada for Boone. And that one has like 20 some people going to it. Like people from like a couple of my friends from Cali like flew out there. So
Nice.
unfortunately, some last minute changes happened, so I wasn't able to go. But unfortunate.
Sounds like you'd be in the northern part of Ontario.
I don't actually know what part it's at, but I know. Yeah. So.
Actually, this is something I can ask you, Rich. When it comes to as it pertains to getting your own place, starting your own little life, I guess you could say. I mean, if having your own house is like a step towards your own life anyway. But like, do you have any advice for somebody just starting? Just getting out there trying to find their own place. Like, do you have any advice? I'm talking mostly for me because I want to get my own place.
Well, I always suggest to like see how much you can make in a month, and then you got to use like a certain percentage of what you make for your rent, so like your living expenses, because then you want to have some to save off for a rainy day and whatnot. And also like make sure you're a month ahead. Always try to make your month ahead, like so you're already saving up for like 2 months from now. So.
And this is including like shopping expenses, electric if you have to pay for that, and all that other good stuff.
Yes, I found it was best to look for something that was all inclusive, so I don't have to pay for like hydro or anything. It's already in my rent, so that's another good thing to look for.
Another tip is you just gotta go out and do it.
Yeah, you just gotta look at places, and when you find the place, you know it.
Like, if you're ever kind of like wishy-washy whether you're gonna do it or not, like, because you're so wishy-washy, the decision will usually end up being like, I'm not moving in, because you're not sure. So like, you just gotta go out and do it. Like, don't do it like, don't be like, oh man, I totally can't afford this place, let's do it. But like, be sure that, hey, look, I have enough money to pay rent, I have enough money to get groceries, bill, electric and gas, whatever, and I have enough money to save up. This is a good place for me, let's do it. And you just gotta commit, because...
Yeah, you have to put a lot of commitment. Like, you might have to skip out on a couple games that you ever, or anything towards your hobby or anything. You have to save up. Sacrifices have to be made.
Gotta be done, I mean, but I bet the freedom is so much worth it, though. Like, if you're a person who's lived with somebody your whole life, I mean, it's one thing if you're living with your significant other, but like, if you're like getting out of a house full of siblings or parents, it's like, it's gotta be kind of a liberating feeling, really.
Yeah, well, you just gotta know, like, you'll know when it's time. And the best thing to do is, if you're thinking about it, just look around, just keep looking. Like, you don't have to jump on the first one you see. Just keep looking, and you'll find the right place that you want as well. And then like it'll also give you time. Like, if you're searching around the beginning of the month, you're gonna see something for like next month that you can get. Hopefully. But yeah, I don't know. Just save your pennies, and you realize you don't eat a lot when you are living on your own.
Well, I mean, I have a hell of an appetite, but as of late, I haven't really been eating all that much. So I think I can make the sacrifice. Eat top ramen all the time or something.
I mean, don't necessarily do that.
Yeah, man, that Maruchan.
I love it, man.
I'll say one thing though, man. It's me personally. I moved out like the day I turned 18, pretty much. I was out of my house, and it was huge, especially as someone who's like gone from living with my mom, moving out, ended up having to move back for about 3 months or so. Like because like I learned that like holy cow, like it is huge. And like I never really technically lived by myself. I've always had a roommate, but like even then, like your roommate's not gonna give a fuck if you get back at 2 in the morning. But like if you're with your family, like it's a huge different experience. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I recommend it big time. Like it's super nice.
Yeah, the freedom is a wonderful thing.
I got a taste of it in college. It was definitely different.
I need to taste something like that.
I mean, it's a kind of a bittersweet thing though. Like, you know, part of you misses being where you were. You get used to it, but at the same time though, college is not really the best way to get the taste of it though, because you're still surrounded by
I
people.
completely agree with you.
You're surrounded by people, annoying people. I mean, it's one thing to have annoying neighbors, but when it's everybody on the freaking floor.
And not just for like reasons like that, but because you're like committed to a room that's based on like maybe a boarding room or something like that. You have to
Yeah.
worry about school on top of that. It's a lot.
You could put me in a freaking closet, and I'm pretty much settled as long as I got internet. You know,
See,
like
the best thing I can say-
That reminds me of this one scene from Daria,
What?
where she's put in the doghouse for the night, and she's like, as long as I have high speed internet, I will be okay. I was just like, Jesus,
That is the world we
Jesus
live
Christ, this is the world we've come to.
No, all I can say is think of birds when they leave their nest. They have to jump sometimes. So,
No.
In order to find out if they can fly.
yeah.
Yeah.
So
in.
you
Yeah,
just
jump
gotta
off
do
the
it.
cliff. You either fly or you break your freaking body.
I hope it's the
Do it
first
and
one.
budget.
Hope they fly. But I mean,
I'm sure if their mother taught them well, or their parents in general, they'll be able
Well.
to fly.
I suppose. But
Half that they just jump.
yeah, just get the fuck out. No,
I'm
no,
hungry.
yeah. You gonna give me food? No, get the fuck out. Whoop. But
Hello?
yeah, peace. But you know, I really wish we had questions. But you know, at this point though, like, we don't really have any questions. Next time we will get to see email questions because Dave should be back, and if not though, we'll try to still get access to the emails,
Yeah.
get some questions ready for the week.
Yeah.
And honestly, I'm pitching this again. I pitched this before. We're gonna wrap up in a bit. I just want to get this out there though as a Fuse-4 thing. Like, our channel's not very active. We do the podcast weekly most of the time, and that's about all the content we get out. I was thinking to I pitched this to Dave once. We never really got to really talking about it. But what I was thinking is maybe we can do something like weekly videos, like kind of like something Dave used to do on his channel was like questions of the day. You guys remember that, right?
Oh yeah.
I actually still have the footage that we did for X-Men and the audio, and I was planning on putting it on this channel.
We could totally still do that. That's the thing.
I was still planning to do that. I was gonna ask Dave.
But
to
also,
ask for it.
yeah, we could totally do like co-op gaming stuff, just even individual projects if we really want to. Just stuff to entertain people, and as well questions of the week or questions of the day, and we could alternate between us every time. You know,
like a specific day. I would definitely like doing Thursdays.
maybe kind of have like an individual vlog in between everybody for like a
It
day.
could be
you know what I
something
mean?
like that, yeah. And you just like the person would send the footage to Dave or myself or whoever uploads on it, and they put it up every day. And I don't know. I think that would be a good way to get the channel growing because the podcast helps, but it only helps us so much. We gotta commit to doing a couple other things, and I feel like we can work into that. You know, I'll probably talk to Dave more about it when we see him. But that's just something I think a lot of people.
Good idea.
I'm sure you guys kind of like the idea. I'm sure people would like the idea of that, you know, having us all do stuff on here. Because, I mean, we're not just, it's as we've said, we joke about it all the time, like, oh, as soon as we're done with this, we never talk again. But,
Yeah, fuck you. I don't like you, Tyler.
we-
Get the fuck out of here.
Here it is right here.
Oh my god, it's on a disc.
Yeah, it's because I recorded with my DVD.
On DVD. Buy it. No, but
No, but seriously.
Yeah, buy it. No, buy DVD, please. No, but what we do want to. We are friends. We talk all the time. We're good friends. We we have a lot of fun together when we do play stuff. So we should try to get some stuff going, keep the channel fresh. So we'll look into that. But yeah, I think it's getting close to time to wrap up. So what I think I'll do, we'll go by the order we did before, and then at the end I will pimp specific Fuse-4 stuff out. But let's start with Chris. Chris, where can we find you on the internet?
Nowhere. You don't want to find me. I'm just a poor
Well,
guy.
I don't, but they
Alrighty then, on to Richard. Where can
No, I'm kidding.
Come on.
No. You can find me anywhere and everywhere. Twitch, YouTube, Steam, Xbox Live, Ask.fm, Dueling Network, because I'm the Yu-Gi-Oh guy. If I've been starting to get into the Pokemon trading card game, Hector's looking at me like, why? But I don't know why, but I got addicted to it. And probably anything else you could probably think of. Yeah, sad face, because I'm not into Magic as much.
So you can find them at browsers as well.
Browsers, you maybe find me there under the name MufasaFernando.
Make sure you check out
Alright.
that hot browsers action. With
Yeah,
Fernando.
check out browsers.com/profile/Mufa. I don't know how that site works, to be honest. I don't know. God damn it. Alright, Rich, where can people find you?
You can find me at youtube.com/TheHydrosme, at TheHydrosme on Twitter, and probably on the corner of the internet selling myself.
By the way, give him money. Guys, give him money.
Give me money.
Rich, show us the sign.
I don't know where it is now. Oh, I'm not ready for this. Not ready
Fuck.
for this.
He lost
Not
his
ready
time.
for this.
In the meantime, Zio, where can people find you on the internet?
I'm over there.
Well,
Give
you
me money.
are over here.
Okay, only like 2 people are gonna ever get that joke from AOSTH. But you can find me on YouTube, Steam, Tumblr, Twitter, DeviantArt, Game Anyone, Google+, Twitch.tv, Facebook, and Miiverse, all under the name Zeolightning.
Or asshole. Anyways.
Browsers.com/ZeoInferno.
Ujust.com/SpencerBlade13. Wait.
I wish.
Ooh, get him.
I wish. Okay. And we'll go to our guest, Hector. Thanks for joining us for this also, bud. It's been great to have you here. But where can people find you and whatever you
Good
do?
to have you back.
Yeah,
Can I
exactly.
just say something before he says it? We want you back. I'm sorry, I missed our wonderful times together. I know you're a busy man, but
We'll
hashtag
try-
bring Hector back.
We could talk about this.
Let's get a petition started to have Hector.
Yeah, we
Yeah.
can just have a
But-
discussion after the podcast.
Yeah, we'll talk
okay.
about it. But in the meantime, where can people find you and
So-
what you do?
So, basically, if you Google Hero94 with 2 R's, you can find like all of my stuff. But like the things I'm mostly on are Twitter at Hero94. I still have a YouTube that I haven't updated in like a year or something, but like maybe that might come. Actually, maybe it's been less. I've been trying to put up some videos, and as always, my Twitch is probably my most active thing. I've been trying to go to a more daily schedule, and that's twitch.tv/Moose94.
Moose.
Awesome.
Hero.
Our hero. All right, and as for me, I hope I did a decent enough job getting this going for this week. I wasn't expecting to, but I'll try to. If in the future I have to, I will try to be a little more prepared. But anyway, thanks everybody for watching. But you can find me on youtube.com/Fuse4Spence, Twitter, Facebook fan page, ask.fm, Xbox Live, Fuse4Spence, Son of a Soldier 13 on Steam. Pretty much.
Responsibility 13 will never come back.
I wish it would. I hate the. I should never have deleted it. That was stupid. But anyway, that's pretty much where you can find me. But also, we cannot forget our the network itself, and this is all of our information. Fuse-4 Network, youtube.com/Fuse4Network or Fuse4.com brings us here for now until we get the website going. There's our Google Plus page, our Twitter, Fuse4, our Facebook fan page of our own, Fuse-4 Network. Radio Influence, who we thank every time for putting up the audio versions of our podcast. We really appreciate that for all the help you give us. Much appreciated. You guys are awesome. Not to mention, there is the Tumblr, fuse4network.tumblr.com. Reddit, our subreddit, Fuse4Network. Check that out for anything. Our forums, which I believe is fuse4network.freeforums, is it? Or
Yeah, freeforums.org.
Yeah. Is it .org? It's in the chat. Crap.
Yeah, just look at it in there.
It'll be in the description of the video as well once we get that all put in. Yeah, it's fuse4network.freeforums.org. That is our forums, which have been joining the discussion. It's great. And as well, if you have any questions or wish to be a guest on this podcast, then email us at podcast@fuse4network.com, and we'll try to get back to you. And I believe you can also send your questions there, or to fans of fuse4network.com. I don't know which one we use nowadays. Kind of both, maybe.
No, I think podcast is.
Is that the official one now?
Yeah, I think that's
the
official one now. Any questions?
That's the official one. And as for sponsorship, we do apologize once again I apologize for not knowing exactly what it was this week, but we'll try to put something in either in the beginning and end or in the description, just so you know. We do apologize, but that will be put there. We thank every sponsor we've ever had because they've been great to us and they have done a lot for us. We do appreciate it.
I love you.
But I do believe that'll do it for this edition of the Fuse-4 Network podcast, episode number 51. We've done it. We've passed over the 50 gap. We are going on and forward. So happy August, everyone.
Let's get to 100.
So for Chris, for Rich, for Zeo, and for Hector, and for Dave, who's not here, I'm Spence, and this was the Fuse-4 Network podcast. We will see you guys next week, hopefully around the same time, and definitely the same place. See you later.
Yeah.
Later.
Bye.